Yeah, cryptids live an entirely different life. The lower level cryptids that inhabit our world, they live an entirely different life than we do.
Horked up white boy with a little bit of swag, busted down sexual style, is he considered goated?
Well, howdy, Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a day in which the sound is going to be a little bit weird and wonky. It's going to be a Scorcher again today. I still have the fan on in the window, so I'm going to use noise reduction, which means my voice is probably sounding pretty like a little tinny here. Yay, thumbs up for that. But I'm tired of burning up, so I've got this going right now. Hopefully it's not that loud, but still though, it's been hot and it's going to get mid-90s today, so ugh. Hopefully it's not going to be that bad. We shall see. But that's the forecast. At least I slept last night. That's a good thing. It was hot yesterday, but it wasn't enough to make you like broil in your own juices. Thumbs up for that. And of course, front-loading of videos. Hey, if you could toss me a like, that'd be very cool. If you could subscribe to the channel, that too would be awesome. If you could leave me a comment, that would be double plus good. And of course, I'd like to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons. These literally beautiful and literally awesome people are, in fact, literally beautiful and literally awesome, helping to keep me and my pets alive. I appreciate that to no end. And even though my pets can't speak English, I can speak English for them. And I know that they are just as appreciative and thankful as I am. Thank you so much. If you would like to help me out and become a patron, links are in the video description. And if you'd like to help me out without sending money, there's a PayPal link, thumbs up. And if you'd like to help me out without sending money at all, there's an Amazon wishlist link, thumbs up for that. Very, very cool. Well, hey, front loading of videos over. Yay! So yeah, it's gonna be really, really hot today. Oh joy. Ugh. Such is life. So before noon, well before noon, probably 10 o'clock, I'm going to be shutting that window and the window in my bedroom and just circulating the cool air inside of the house. So, life is life. Still though, could be worse. Yesterday, I managed to play some video games and I listened to some music, and then I did my walkies up to Walmart and back and then just relaxed. I did my creative thinking while I was out, which is very good. Thumbs up for that. Before I speak about all other things, I do want to mention I have had in comments somebody saying, hey, I should play this. And yeah, I actually have it. And I am going to be playing it. I actually have it for the PC too. I don't know how that happened. But yeah, I'm going to be playing this. If I can figure out how to record off of the Xbox, with the PS4, it saves it just immediately right to the local hard drive. I'm not sure about the Xbox, so we shall see. But if I could just easily record that and then put it onto a drive and put it on my computer, that'd be awesome. Definitely a thumbs up on that. Yay! Past that, I mean, I'm still just trying to survive as best I can, checking my list here to see what's going on in the world, because I have not taken a full dosage of Worldbuilding in days. I have only been taking my morning dose because I've been forgetting to take my afternoon dose, because starting on Friday, I forgot. And then each day I've gone, it's 2:30, I gotta remember to take my dose at 3. And then it's after 6 o'clock and I go, oh, I forgot. But they haven't delivered my new month's prescription of Worldbuilding yet. Had I been taking it properly, I would have run out on Sunday completely, and I would be completely unmedicated right now. So even though I've been forgetting, that's a good thing, because at least I'm taking it once a day, and I'm able to lightly remember what I was thinking about the day before instead of not at all. So that's a thumbs up. But yeah, that's been irritating. Hopefully it'll show up today. I mean, it was my fault. I waited too long to call it in. And then I called it in on a Friday, so they mailed it on Monday. Usually it shows up the next day, but it didn't this time. So, yay. Still though, life is life. But past that, I mean, it's just been hot, and I've been trying to survive and do what I can. I've been largely, massively time blind because I've been taking only the half dosages of the Wellbutrin, and it is a low dose of Wellbutrin in the first place. So, oh joy. But little Ghost was up and running around this morning, and I picked him up and was letting him run around. He's still doing really, really well, and that's a good thing. Amelia's been running around. She's good. Definitely a thumbs up on that. I'm eating what I can. I don't have enough money ever on my EBT or just food, or my disability wise to pay for food for a full month. So I'm eating a lot less now to try and get used to the fact that I'm going to be spending $150 more of my money on rent starting in October. That's gonna hurt. Life is life, though. Life is life. Still, though, I have, as stated, been thinking about creative stuff because I am thoroughly fixated on my creative settings right now. I do hope to eventually get this stuff written. I mean, I've got projects in mind that are really close to the point where it's type it out. I need to have a good med for my ADHD so I can. One of the big issues and problems that I have is the executive dysfunction that comes with ADHD and other issues. There are times when just I want to do something and I can't. I am yelling and banging on the walls inside of my head and I just can't do it. It might be like, stop doing what you're doing and make a phone call. Stop doing what you're doing and pick this thing up. Stop doing what you're doing but I can't. My conscious mind is unable to actually make that choice and make that decision and get it done, and then it doesn't get done. I hate that kind. The other kind of dysfunction that I suffer from, and I put this one in quotes because I don't really know what this one is. I call it executive dysfunction, but I have about 2 hours of push time in my head that I can use before I'm all used up. And then there's also a not just push time, I can apply 300 pounds of push pressure every single day. Every single task takes a certain amount of time and a certain amount of push pressure. If I only have 2 hours of push time and 300 pounds of push pressure, and I want to do something that's going to take a half hour of push time and 150 pounds of push pressure, that's going to take up half of all that I can do. So I consciously weigh, gosh, do I want to do this and then not be able to do anything else for the rest of the day? Or do I want to do a bunch of these smaller ones so I'm getting a lot of smaller things done, and then this has to wait again? That's one of the reasons since March, when I had to stop taking Ritalin, I also stopped making reaction videos because my body chemistry has just been a mess since then. I have not had a stable mood or ability to focus or concentrate. I've wanted to make a video explaining to everyone that I haven't just vanished and I'm sorry, and tell them why I haven't been making reaction videos. Part of the reason I can't is just the simple executive dysfunction where I'm banging on the walls in here and trying to get it done, but can't. And part of it is that's about an hour and a half of push time and 200 pounds of push pressure. That's 2/3 of everything. If I wait until later in the day, I don't have any push pressure left. If I do it first thing in the day, I have no push pressure left to do anything else. So I end up not doing it again, which adds emotional pressure to it, which makes it even harder. I'm hoping to get more reactions done again soon. As soon as I can get Wellbutrin in my system on a consistent basis at a consistent level, I want to get back to doing reactions. I really enjoy doing them. So here's hoping. On the creative level, though, I have still been thinking about all my various settings and all the various cryptid stuff. I'm focused right now on Brookerton, South Carolina. I don't know why I have chosen the southeastern United States as where this place is, considering I live in the Northwest and have never lived in the South, except for 2 years when I lived in Florida in the U.S. Air Force. So that's the only time I lived in the South. And Florida's South, but Florida's also Florida. And it's kind of different from the rest of the South in the United States. It's its own place. I mean, all states are, but So it's set in Brookerton, South Carolina, and I've just been thoroughly fixated on it ever since that song Going Under by Devo. Now, I was asked in the comments by I can't remember who if I had ever heard of the whole World of Darkness stuff. I was involved in role-playing games, pencil and paper role-playing game stuff, ever since 1974. When the first D&D stuff started coming out, I and my friends were buying that. I was buying role-playing games all the way through the years, playing RuneQuest and D&D, all these other games through the decades, Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, until my alcoholism, and I didn't realize what was going on, that I had the social anxieties and social withdrawal, that I had ADHD, that I am an autistic person. I didn't know all of these things, and I didn't understand why I was slowly pulling away from everyone and everything. So I stopped playing the role-playing games, but I and my friends got into the whole World of Darkness as they were making it and producing all this stuff. I'd forgotten about it because White Wolf Publishing sort of faded from my mind and went out of business, sort of, and so I think it's kind of coming back, maybe a different publisher, but yeah, it's a fascinating setting with werewolves and vampires. They had mummies and ghosts. It was an interesting setting, definitely cool if you can look it up. I had forgotten about it as stated, so who knows, maybe that's helping to form parts of the stuff subconsciously that I'm working on right now. Because I want to continue talking about that for a time. I had mentioned yesterday how the standard of living for cryptids is different than it is for us, then I just fixated on Jerry. Well, Jerry's a human being whose cryptid sense and vision has just maxed out horribly. I mean, it went from 0 to 100 and then has tried to go past it, but the dial won't go any further. But he's not a cryptid. Yeah, cryptids live an entirely different life. The lower level cryptids that inhabit our world, they live an entirely different life than we do. Largely because of things like, where would they get electricity? There are some times in some places, like up in Pol Pot Manor, there is a form of electricity and power that they can use. But under normal circumstances, where are they going to get electricity? Where are they going to run this electricity? Where are they going to put houses? Where are they going to build stuff? They largely don't have that society that we have. There's no place and such to get these things. They're part of a different world entirely while walking on our world. So a cryptid might just be, they're a wandering stranger. Urban legend, wandering stranger. But possibly this fellow just, gal or guy or somebody in between, intersex, you never know, non-binary, but they're out traveling. You will frequently find them just, they curl up underneath a bush for a night. If they're a diurnal, daytime cryptid, and they sleep underneath that bush. And if it's snowing, if it's a snowstorm and they get covered up by snow, when they wake up, they just dig their way up out of the snow and then keep going. They don't really have the sort of things that we do. But it's not like they're lacking. Their lives are sad compared to ours, relative to ours, if you took them from their world and popped them into ours. But they're happy. It works for them. It is a civilization and society that works. There are diurnal, daytime cryptids, there are nocturnal cryptids, there are crepuscular cryptids that are most active out in the outer world during the times of dusk and dawn. And they all live their own types of lives. They don't need computers and the internet and electricity and cars. They don't live in that sort of world where they have to go and punch a card into a machine and earn a living. If they're hungry, they just eat whatever's around. And if that happens to be a person or another cryptid, then too bad for them, because they got a belly to fill. And they do. And when they sleep, it's just wherever is comfortable that they feel safe, and they just sleep. Eat what's there, sleep when it's time, do what you want to do within your nature as a cryptid, because again, as an expressed cryptid, even as a naturalized cryptid, you get, I can't speak English all of a sudden, acting within your nature is a pleasurable thing. So there's that. I also had, there's two things, but I'll talk about this other character again tomorrow. I've been thinking about the whole naturalized versus expressed cryptids, because I've said a lot of my cryptids that I write and think and talk about are the expressed kind. Through various exposures, your extra-universal chromosomes have their extra-universal genes expressed, and then you become a type of cryptid, whether you have the heavy, light, or no cryptid programming. Kind of random on what happens as you develop. There are expressed cryptids and naturalized cryptids. The naturalized cryptids, they have, I'd like to say, their parents, their two parents, but with cryptids especially, you don't really know how they are born. So if whatever parents and whatever system they have, if their parents were cryptids, they are a naturalized cryptid. If you express, you're an expressed cryptid. If two expressed cryptids, or however many or however system, if however many expressed cryptids have a child, well, they're all cryptids, so it's a naturalized cryptid. So thumbs up on that. Naturalized cryptids have very light programming, if any at all. Expressed cryptids do have the cryptid programming that could be so heavy and so hard that the person is trapped underneath it, or it could be really, really light so they don't even realize it, or you could be one of the 13th kind, which is kind of horrific as a cryptid because you have no cryptid programming. It's like you're just a regular human being dropped into a cryptid body with cryptid requirements, and you gotta go from there. You have no cryptid instincts. Now you gotta start eating human beings. And you're still the person that you were yesterday, but you got a cryptid body that needs to be fed. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. Gonna go through and thank how many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. And even though I count American Sign Language, well. Hopefully I'll get somewhere close. Jayy, thumbs up, thank you. Good to see you in the comments. We have Dr. Trouts. Thumbs up, thank you very much for the recommendations. I will do what I can. There is Dead to Me, greatly appreciated. And of course, my kitty cat wants in right now. Come on. You are so annoying sometimes. Yay, of course, now I'm not centered and that annoys me. But let's see, we have Dead to Me, thumbs up, thank you very much. Bravo075, greatly appreciated. We have Rob J, thumbs up and thank you. Ben B, greatly appreciated. There's RL Strange, who asked a question, and then, the creepy intro, which part of it? Then Ice Damon, thumbs up and thank you. And Holigan, who says, long live Prince X. And yes, I was still bitterly horrified, and I'm still sad now that XXX Tentacion was shot and killed all those years back. But still, 9 people who left me comments in the past 24 hours, thumbs up and thank you. You get me out of my head, into the world, and dealing with real people, if only in text and if only for a short time. But it is appreciated. Thumbs up and thank you. And hey, if you've watched this far, greatly appreciated. Nobody's forcing you to. The fact that you have is awesome. Thank you so very, very much. And of course, if you can do what you'd like to do today, please do it. If you can't, don't beat yourself up. No reason to do that. It's not going to help you, and it's only going to make you feel bad. So just be nice to yourself. It's good. And with the pandemics raging and people still dying, please be safe, be smart, take appropriate precautions for your area and situation. Don't toss your own body or anybody else's onto the end of life corpse pile, please. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is a very good thing.